So we are continuing our little watch party, as once again I hadn't realized in this fight that I wasn't recording audio, and I'm now commenting basically on my own video. I also just realized when uploading the voiceover to my last video of the second half of the chess battle that the audio recording was much better when I did it with the voice recorder instead of just working with this Windows gaming tool, whatever. So yeah, sorry that you will normally have to bear with a much worse recording. Anyway, so as we saw, Willett was going first, and I'm now bringing my party into position. I want to draw out those bubbling oozes, if possible. Not with Casey though. I already positioned both Slade and Jester in their range, although Slade can only be reached by one of those. Future me, of course, knows that both oozes will tend to attack the same person, which is Jester in this case. And their ranged bubble breath attack does quite a lot of damage. Bringing in Bowie for a slap. At this point I was wondering that if they would maybe switch to Bowie if he is in range. But spoiler, they don't. The other one will go for Jester as well. See, told you. Sarah will throw out a heal 3 here. Okay, she wants. It will only be a heal 1. Apparently at this point I thought I was going to do this the whole fight, and later decided that I will ingress. As you see, I have a lot of people at level 24 or 23 here, and when the first few hit 25 I was thinking I really don't want to waste all this XP, so I'm just going to egress out and promote my guys. Luke showing off his new armor here, or rather his old armor, as I stripped him of his plates for the unpromoted form. Normally both Bird Battler and Birdman look the same. Sarah, Kazin, I mean, throwing out a little Blaze 1 here. Once again, still conserving mana here. Also it was enough for the level up, nice. And here we have Jester, the first of the rest to reach level 25. Placing Jaha between the pillars here, so the rat doesn't place itself in the pillar, where it will be more difficult to attack it from the side. Offering Bowie as well, in case the rat would rather go the other route. This was quite scary. If it had been Jaha's turn, of course, the poison would have killed him. I mean, unless he had a healing item, I suppose. And now we have 2 rats on our tail. I hadn't realized that their movement is so good, so basically the second rat could reach us despite the difficult terrain, the 30% land effect tiles between us and the rat. Or rather us and the second half of this map. starting to work on those rats now. Don't know why I hesitated with May here. Perhaps because it is more difficult to reach the lower rat. And there I am, finally using the big spells. Thought process here, of course, being that Luke will be the only person to be able to reach behind the rat. Geralt may be able to sneak around the lower pillar and attack from the bottom. And if not Geralt, then Bowie. Two rats, both in low hit point range, so and Jess is already level 25, so I assume I was contemplating whether or not I should really do this kill here. But perhaps I got a bit scared since the rat would have been able to reach Slade, and I wasn't really sure if he would survive a hit, given that he is behind in level. Yeah, Peter would have also been endangered, I suppose, after tanking that one hit, which cost him 20 hit points. Was not unreasonable to assume that second hit might be strong enough to kill him. Lest Sarah got her turn first, of course. Yeah, here I'm checking out if the rat will be able to reach us next turn. Of course, I always have to be careful when using Kiwi, as the oozes will one-shot him if they use the bubble breath. Not sure if this was something I mentioned in on this battle map or a previous one, but Kiwi is really all about playing around his disadvantages in attack. I mean, as was in the normal game as well, since he has so little HP and will die to magic so easily. Here I realized, okay, the rat has positioned itself really nicely in this corner, making it tough for me to attack it, as only two sides, two melee spots are available. Rat was clearly going after Bowie. Here I'm pulling back Peter because it is uncertain whether or not I would be able to reach him with Sarah, and in general I'm finding out that my positioning is not that good here, as the rats can move freely while my guys can't on those land effect tiles. At least May can tap the rat with her arrow. But very likely that the rat will survive, and the two of them will then be able to hit whoever is standing in the front. So this would be a very dangerous position for Kiwi. Yeah. Past me, thought so as well, pulled him back. Probably being annoyed that once again I won't be able to gather a few more points of experience with him. at least Sarah gets a level up out of it. Okay, with pulling back Case in here, I think I might be able to commit it. Might be committed to egressing out here already. Yes, all of them will be able to attack you. Yes, they are slow, but they will reach Geralt if you do this. What do you do past me? I have no idea what you're thinking, and it's annoying. Jara is also scared, reasonably so. The two oozes could finish him off for sure. Tanks a hit from the rat. It's now in danger of being killed. So I assume I will use a healing seed here, correct? And the second red goes for Peter, and I get lucky. And finally Bowie can pull the trigger and escape. Okay, I don't remember I did that. Quite ballsy. I mean, Bowie is now standing in the spot where the ooze would need to be to reach Peter, so it's not completely unreasonable. What would be completely unreasonable would be to go ahead and face that ooze in melee battle, but oh well. At least the rat got confused. Yes, you should probably heal Peter. Throw out this place. 3, come on. Yeah, that should bring down the rats reasonably. So hopefully the next person can finish it off. But if it's slated, it's probably not powerful enough. I think here I'm checking who has lower defense, and surprisingly it's the rat. Which means Slade will gain more experience points when hitting the rat as he does more damage. Fortunately, it's still not sufficient to keep it to kill it off. Nevertheless, I can for now ignore the rat. It is still confused, so nobody can steal this kill. But unfortunately, the rat does it itself. Hope you enjoyed it, rat. Hope you got those 49 experience points for killing yourself. Bowie doesn't really need the XP, so I'm going for the lower ooze. Jester, already at level 25, holding him back. Peter and probably use him to block off the ooze, right? So he can't reach Kiwi. Or rather, it can't reach Kiwi. And May can have that level up. Checking the range of the oozes here. Fortunately, my guys have trouble reaching them. And there I probably contemplated firing off a bolt, but then I realized, no, actually I need that MP for egress. Peter takes the spot above this slime or whatever it's supposed to be, where no one else can reach. And yeah, a bit of a scary spot for Geralt to stand, but at least only one of those rats up there can come close enough. Will be close enough to reach him, potentially. He gets the fabled counter level up, I should say. Yeah, here I was contemplating, do I risk the bubble breath, which would kill Kiwi? Didn't go for it. A bit difficult to handle him in this battle. Normally you have a few spellcasters who are a danger to him, but here it's literally half of the enemies. So not too useful here, the little turtle. The little tortoise, I should say. At this point I think 2 or 3 guys are poisoned. And jumping ahead a bit, so at this point I basically decided, okay, I would escape from this battle and promote those guys who are now level 25 and then do it for real. But midway through the fight I once again had gathered so much XP that once again I egressed and promoted the rest basically. But yeah, here we have 3 guys poisoned. And of course, after egressing and doing the first round of promotions, I had completely forgot about the poison. So basically started the fight with 3 poisoned party members. Here I did a little sneaky move where I used Blaze 2 instead of Blaze 3 to kill only one of the bubbling oozes, as to conserve the experience points for another person. In this case, probably Jaha will take this kill. I'm checking here how far Willard and his red minions are away. Whether or not I can position Jaha on the side, so he might double as a bait, but decided that I will just attack from the left side. Bringing Geralt in range of only one of those reds here, and that worked out pretty nicely. As we see, Geralt very powerful, but not that tough. But yeah, at this point I decided I've seen enough. I'll go for now and promote. And we're starting with Chester, alright. Chester is going to be promoted to a paladin here. Pegasus Knight not really superior to the Paladin, just different, just like all the special promotion paths. Pegasus Knight has of course the superior movement, but the Paladin is a stronger tank if you want to use him as this, and also has the ability to also get some minor healing abilities. For Kazin, I am going to promote him to, or rather I was going to promote him to the Sorcerer. Sorcerer, subject of major overhaul in this hack, and has gotten a few new abilities with the last update. So definitely something I have to check out if the balance is working out. And also I plan on getting Tyrion here as soon as I'm done with the whole Creed's Mansion arc. Alright, we have promoted May, and that's it, right? No one else is at level 25. Correct, so I'm returning to the fight. And skipping ahead here, back at the priest. At this point, Slade was the only guy at level 24, or I should say Slade and Sarah were the only guys. So I was just going to give the Brave Apple to Slade and be done with it, and have him promoted. Yeah, Elric also will be promoted to his regular sniper form. Personally, I don't really like the brass gunners. They have similar attack stats, compared to the snipers, but they have much worse movement and agility. In return, they have superior defense. So it's basically if your archers keep dying. Or your backliners in general, then, or you need more tankier characters, then the brass gunner is a good option. But if you're more into moving quickly and dealing more damage, as the sniper has a higher critical chance, then the sniper is for you. Kiwi becoming a monster here. Monster has been changed quite a bit compared to the original version. Now has some magic resistances, as well as the chance to stun enemies. Jaha will also be promoted to his regular form, which is the Berserker, more or less regular. So actually Berserker is an adapted form of the Gladiator. Definitely the tanky option, the tough option. Also gets some magic resistances. Is definitely not as strong as the Baron. So basically the Baron is the damage option, while the Berserker is the tank option. And Berserker also has a new sprite. And I have once again played the first few turns, jumped to a later point, a point where we had already been before, with now all of my guys being promoted. Being the genius that I am, I of course forgot to equip the sword with Slade, or rather I hadn't even given it to him, so it cost me another turn. But hopefully he will now be able to do more than 1 point of damage in the situation. Actually, he will not. I was about to say he will not be able to do a single point of damage, but quite the exchange between him and Red here. I've put Kiwi quite far ahead in the front line, which seems a bit scary now that I'm watching it. I'm a bit confused about the turn order, of course. I think the first ooze might be able to reach Kiwi. Oh, actually, he gets his turn now, so he should be safe. If I move him away, that is. Yeah, Well done, cast me. Peter again can get hit by the ooze. Don't mind that. Contemplating here which rat should die first, I suppose. Sarah, last character at level 24. She will get her promotion definitely after this fight. Luke can use the cheeky wall spot to attack the ooze. As long as the ooze is alive, the rat near Willard can't approach. And I realized that Slade is still safe on the right side of the rat. Once again, barely fails to kill it, but then remedies himself with a second attack. And here we see the quote-unquote new Jaha. Now sports a sweet Scotsman skirt or something along those lines. Kazin the Sorcerer. I already fired off 2 dowels before started recording here, which means his magic is already a bit depleted, but I decided that I want to kill this rat before he gets another turn. And here we see Dow really expensive now. I mean, the summoning spells have always been a bit more expensive than the wizard spells, but in this hack even more so. Basically, the hack wants to force you, if you want to use the sorcerers, you need to be prepared to also use them in melee. And they've gotten a bit tougher and quite significantly stronger here. But yeah, if you just fire off your magic left and right, then you will soon run out of options with the sorcerers, so you really have to balance the magic usage. It's actually the same for wizards, given that the battles are much longer in Return to Grans, as the enemies are stronger and more of them are present on each battlefield. So wizards are basically high damage output for crucial situations, but you really have to think whether or not you want to use them in any given moment, otherwise you will run out of juice. I think this is a bolt, right? Smells like bolt. Yeah. Means this is a safe spot for Kiwi to stand. Unless the upper ooze would have targeted him here, so I got a bit lucky here. Yeah, and at this point, once again overextending a bit, but I really wanted to kill off those oozes as soon as possible, as I wanted my force, my people to be unoccupied and free to deal with Willard and his henchmen, and his hench-rats, I should say. Yeah, Chester got poisoned here, which is quite scary since he's starting to get a lot of HP and therefore poison really starting to hurt. Slade, one of the few people. Yeah, here I'm checking once again if he has a weapon equipped, but once again it doesn't matter because the ooze decided to block. Here I'm starting to realize that I'm a bit out of position to deal with the lower oozes. Checking how far the rat can reach. This Jester can get to them with his ranged attack. I want to deal with at least one ooze to make sure that no one is in real danger of being killed in one turn. Once again, focusing down the injured ooze. Sprite of Elric has changed a bit. The two elves, Elric and Janet, the snipers, now wield bows instead of crossbows. And here I was a bit disappointed because I positioned myself nicely to draw out one of those rats, but it didn't want to come. Yeah, and here the ooze simply attacked Jester instead of focusing down Slade, for example. So I was content with what was going on here. Really no point on now switching to the second ooze, as there's no way I would be able to kill it before it gets a turn. But then again, I thought May is already level 1 and maybe I want to give the experience to someone else. Then I realized, oh, Sarah is the only person who is not promoted yet, so oh well. And here I'm probably using the medical herb on Kiwi, I would assume. Make sure he's topped off and ready to face those rats. Here we see his new attack animation. I always thought that his rocket turtle animation from the original game looked stupid, so I replaced it with a monster smash basically. Also just realized that Slade wasn't really in any danger of being killed by the oozes. He had barely enough HP to attack, to survive 2 attacks, so didn't need to stress out about killing this one ooze in one turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the rat could come down and attack Geralt if it wanted, and I'm fine with that. Geralt not really a tank, but tough enough to survive 1 or 2 hits for sure. Much tougher than, for example, the spellcasters and May and the rangers, I should say. And definitely tougher than Slade as well. Slade more of a damage dealer without much defense, a bit of a glass cannon, you could say. Once again, placing Jar ahead. Make sure we draw out at least 1 rat, but preferably not Willard. Willard should take 2 turns to reach us. Of course, yeah, that was scary as well. At least only 1 rat is in range of Bowie, but now Bowie gets his turn immediately and will take 5 points of damage. And here I'm contemplating, is it really useful to heal up Bowie? And I decided no, I'd rather take him out of the fight altogether. Use instead the Protect Ring to turn Chester into a really solid tank. Yeah, Willard, not to be underestimated. The little pink rat gets double turns, of course, which makes it quite a threat, especially in combination with its very high attack. So while the rest of this fight clearly doesn't nearly come close to the difficulty level of the chess battle, Willard alone is for sure a stronger boss than the king. Here we get rid of the first rat. Sarah has one strong heal left in the tank, and here I'm contemplating if I want to change my mind and heal Bowie. Not sure if I did it. Let's experience this together, dear viewer. Seems like I did not. Yeah. I probably thought that I'd rather keep my heal for whoever gets attacked by Willard. Now to place Chester in the front. I think his defense is pretty much equal to Chaha's here. If I didn't really pay attention to the stats right now, but I think this is what I remember from this fight. Slade is one guy who needs healing, but I think I probably couldn't reach him with Sarah before for a heal 1. Willard spends his first turn walking, meaning next turn he will be in range. And here Bowie is on the clock. He has now 3 turns left until he's dead. And Willard spends his turn to attack Chester, which is appreciated. Despite his increase in defense, still a very strong hit. Very painful hit on our Centaur. But we start working on Willard now. A bit scary placing Elric here, because now of course he's in range of the rat, but will survive 1 attack and can only be attacked from one side. But the rat decides to be nice and go for Jaha instead. At this point, going for Willard again. He should not be able to reach May in the position she's in right now. And Kiwi goes for Willard. No, apparently he doesn't. I probably thought that it would be too dangerous to move him away, and then Willard gets his turn and might attack Kazin or Luke. Yeah, really weird commenting on my own game and not really knowing what my thought process was. Here I probably thought, can I move Sarah to the right to heal Chester, but then she will be in range of Willard, so I'd rather spend my remaining magic points on a heal 3 instead of moving to the right of him and give him a heal 1. I think now I must make sure that Willard can't reach May, so moving just 1 spot to the right is fine. Then again, not sure whom would be able to attack, who would be able to attack. Like Geralt can move upwards anyway, and I can't bring in Slade or Bowie since both of them are injured. Yeah. Luke, another guy who is not tough enough to survive 2 hits, so I'm thinking here, do I really want to bring him in? I think I did. At this point I think I was like, those rats have to die, I really need this damage coming from him. I was pissed that the rat survived with 2 HP, and Willard goes for Luke. Barely survives this, but of course the next rat would be Luke's demise. So I decide, well, it doesn't really matter whether it's Luke or Slade. So I can just bring in Slade, and we have to kill Willard before it gets another turn. And here comes Kazin with Dao, I think. Yeah. not enough not enough to kill him, of course. We need one more guy, but we can't reach. Oh, he can with bolt. Okay, I forgot about that. And it's enough to kill Willard. Quite the clutch win here. I think we probably missed a little excitement, little celebration when I was recording this live. Yeah, I'm really having trouble, like when I'm not in the driver's seat, when I'm just observing the gameplay. I'm really having trouble putting myself in the strategizing position. Like understanding my reasoning from when I was playing live. In any case, battle is done now, of course, so let's see how the story progresses. So at this point it had gotten quite late and I had to take a break. But yeah, I'm back and we are on our way into the cellar, which strangely leads to some sort of underground cave with lava and whatever this thing is. An evil spillet, I have been told. In case you don't get the joke, the original game had a typo which made, I think, the fairy call this thing evil spillet. And funnily enough, the hack up until now had the issue of the spirit not being displayed correctly, but finally this has been fixed. So a few more bugs to go, but this one finally cleared. Thanks goes to I think it was Earl from the Shining Force Central forums. Anyway, bit more story here. We learn that the Jewel of Light and the Jewel of Evil actually have some clear-cut purposes, some clear-cut abilities. In the original game I always found it quite underwhelming how the jewels were presented. Like, okay, they're powerful artifacts of some sort, but what do they even do? Why do they exist? The game never answered this. So in Return to Grans, basically we learn that both of them were created by the gods to fulfill a certain purpose. Like the Jewel of Evil is intended to seal evil powers, while the Jewel of Light is basically a weapon for the forces of good. Yeah, evil spirit blows up. And I've now also learned that indeed the color palette is a bit messed up here. So in the past I always thought that the image here looks slightly darker than before, because my eyes had adjusted to the strange sepia tone, but apparently the color palette is really darker here. In any case, enough of this rambling. We have to make a pick, and as stated before, I was going for Tyrant, as I wanted to test the Wizard in battle some more. The easiest choice, of course, here has always been Karna, will always be Karna. There's another healer is always hard to argue with, but in this hack, her primary spell boost has been nerfed significantly. Like, it is no longer a spell which can target 5 people or later a whole group, but always only one person. And I still think it's definitely worth it. Definitely a very powerful spell. In any case, we say goodbye to Odler, and this was the point where I realized that I forgot to pick up the running ring, so I went back and decided I might as well briefly chat with Odler and Creed while I'm at it. Now picking up the powering. Powering the running ring, I mean. Really scatterbrained today. At this point I saw, oh, by the way, Bowie is still poisoned. I gotta take care of this. But for now I decided to give the running ring to Jaha. His increased agility is of course appreciated, but still thought it would be the best idea to give it to him. And the quick ring instead goes to Geralt. Geralt definitely has been suffering from getting his turns late, and thus not being able to get into the action quickly enough. So yeah, seemed quite reasonable. Of course, because I didn't want to walk, I decided to just use Egress and see where it takes us. And at this point you end up in, what is this town called again? The port town? Was it Hassan? I think it was Hassan. Doing a quick save here to avoid running into this battle. But RNG has been quite kind to me in this playthrough when it comes to those random battles. I don't think that I ran into even one up until now. Here I realized that while I was handling the rings and all that kind of stuff, I could have remembered to clear up space in Bowie's inventory, as he will soon get the cannon into his hands. No, the dynamite, right? The dwarf gives us the dynamite? Yeah. But too late now. Fairy finally buggers off. And the dwarf does his best fairy voice imitation. Also a bug which is already present in the original game. Didn't really bother to take care of it. Not that I could personally, because I don't know how to do such things, but I believe there are some hacks which fix such minor bugs. Yeah, and here I'm thinking, oh, we are going to receive the dynamite in a minute. Okay, actually here we get the cannon. I can never remember this. We got the cannon now, and I cleared some space for the dynamite. At this point I had remembered that I should promote Sarah. And as I stated before, in this playthrough I'm going to promote her to Master Monk. Personally I prefer the Cleric. I like the dedicated healer class. but I really want to prove here that playing with the Master Monk and a secondary healer is enough to prevail. You don't really need aura to finish the game. Of course, as I stated in an earlier episode, the Master Monks now do not learn aura as their 4th spell, but rather get a utility spell, a debuff spell I should say. For Sarah it would be slow. Yeah, while the cleric would get aura as their 4th spell. First visit to the weapons shop, and we quickly confirm that there is new equipment for everyone. Realizing here that Sarah of course now needs gloves or fist weapons, if you want to call them that. Did not realize that I could sell Slade's rope dagger finally. Here I saw, oh right, Tyrion, he cannot get the, or rather soon I will realize that Tyrion cannot equip the Guardian Staff because of course he is not promoted. Handing out swords to everybody. As we see here, Slade is getting quite powerful at this point. His attack now has surpassed Bowie. Eric slightly behind May, which is as intended. Kazin, still a bit weak, but his attack will grow significantly from now on. And yeah, Tyrion gets the Guardian Staff despite not being able to use it. Making Tyrion a wizard now. In the original game it was abbreviated to Wiz instead of this wizard, which I always found a bit annoying, but yeah, it might be because in the German language it basically means, or rather it has the same sound as the word witz, which means joke. think this stuck with me since I played this game as a child. In case, definitely don't want the wizards to be jokes in this game. Quite powerful, but difficult to handle, as they are among the weakest, or at least the least tough force members, if you want to compare them to the rest. Here I'm doing a quick save. I intend to go back to this save state afterwards, because I want to do a quick discussion about the journey so far, which will probably be an intermission episode of sorts. Here I'm heading on to the battle, but do not realize that I did not put Tyrion in the active party, so yeah, really perfect play.